What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here with another update video to bring to you today. We have got some concrete or some semi-concrete information from Alistair Gold of Football London that has just come out, and apparently Spurs are going in for Matt Doherty, and the fee that we're reporting is around 12-13 million. What do you make out of this?
Good signing, I think it could be.
If it can get over the line,
I think it was a cheap fee reported, something between 12 and 15 million. 28, good age for a right back, I think. Second to Trent Alexander-Arnold in chances created last 2 seasons. Ticks homegrown box, 6 foot, good going forward. Hopefully, I think he's quite good defending. Wolves don't seem to concede that many goals. Can play in multiple positions. I didn't see anything wrong with this signing. Yeah,
the one thing I want to point out is that he usually plays right wing back for Wolves, and obviously for us it'll be a right back, but it could be more of a right wing back role, a la Aurier. Don't come anywhere near our box, You know what I mean? But I hope it's not, because we're going to need a right back to defend.
Jose wants to play the flat back four, not with someone 60 yards up on the right hand side away from the goal because they can't defend. So I think it sort of suits Jose to bring him in. Obviously, Wolves signing Maitland-Niles for 20 million, so
it makes sense.
They could be willing to let him go.
It makes sense.
Over
it
10
really
years
does.
there, maybe a fresh challenge, new start.
A lot of people are questioning that why are they even getting rid of Matt Doherty if they're bringing in Mainsley. You know, who knows the names of these gooners, but Mainsley, Maitland-Niles. People are questioning why they want to get rid of Matt Doherty, because he's been such a good right back in the last 3-4 years for them in the Premier League. But maybe he just wants a new challenge.
Yeah, you don't know what he's spoken with Nuno about. Like you said, 10 years at a club's a long time. We saw Jan leave after 9 years with us, so it might just be a fresh, just the idea of a fresh start. Obviously, there is a lot that appeals to players at Spurs: the training ground, the stadium, Jose, European football. Mm-hmm. Harry Kane, etc. So Heung-min Son. So there's a lot that appeals, and I think it could be a good signing. And I think it's a bit of a less of a risk than signing a right back from Europe. Obviously, your Zeki Čelić. Who else were we linked with? Castagna, yeah. All these players. Even Max Aarons, who's only played in the Premier League 1 year. It's just this someone with experience, someone with good leadership qualities and good leadership skills. I think it would be a very good signing.
Bit of
a coup.
Yeah, David Ornstein of The Athletic reported last week that Tottenham are going to be going for an experienced right back. I mean, if you want an experienced right back, 28 years of age, Premier League experience, probably one of the best right backs in the Premier League over the course of the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, when you think of Premier League right backs the last couple of seasons who have stood out, you'd go Trent, Kyle Walker maybe at City, and that's about it. Kieran Trippier had an okay season with us, but other than that, Matt Doherty is really one that stands out. So could be a very good signing.
I mean, it's one that would get us excited because, like I said, been one of the best right backs in the Premier League since Wolves come into the Premier League. So it's one to get us excited, and like you said, like when you compare him to ones that we can get in Europe, the other ones that we were linked with, Castagna, Zeki Čelić, those don't really fill you with the utmost confidence. Yeah, and it's a risk as well. So I think this is low risk. It really is.
So I'm happy if this one was to happen. I'm happy if this one was to happen.
Yeah, definitely. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about Matt Doherty? They're talking about potential 12-13 million fee, and as well they're talking about Aurier leaving for 15-20 million. So what piece of business that would be?
Exactly, and hopefully put that money towards a different position, a striker or a centre back or whatever.
Exactly. All right, let's move on. And yesterday there were some reports claiming that Andrea Pirlo and Juventus made a bid for Giovanni Lo Celso, but Daniel Levy and Jose Mourinho have completely pushed that one back. He's definitely a player that is going to be staying at Tottenham. What do you make out of that, and what does that say about Giovanni?
He's a baller.
Yeah.
No, I think obviously, like you said, best midfielder in the world in charge of the biggest Italian club. If they want him, he's obviously it's not just us. I think he's a great player. I think the best is yet to come from Gio, because people talk about the lack of goals, the lack of assists, but he's just amazing. And I think you said before, with having a defensive midfielder behind him, it could give him more freedom. And I'm happy we've rejected it. I'm not surprised we've rejected it. Spent a lot of money on him, and good decision all round to keep him.
When you look at when you look at Twitter, a lot of Spurs fans talk about Giovanni Lo Celso and put him down for the number of assists and goals, basically goal contributions in total he gets. Are you expecting a bigger year from him?
Yeah, and he's also
that side of...
one thing that I think's underrated about him is versatility. He can play as an 8, as a 6, out wide on the right. He can play in so many positions, and he works his socks off. I think we're quite lucky to have him. I think he's really a real talent.
He works so hard for the team, breaks the lines as well.
I think we're going to see the best of him this year. I really do.
All right, let's move on to Gareth Southgate and the England call-up for the upcoming international break. Obviously, 3 Tottenham England players called up to the England squad. It is Eric Dier, Harry Kane and Harry Winks. Eric Dier back in the England squad.
Yeah.
Does he deserve it? Has he worked?
Yeah, absolutely. I think good performances at centre-back when he came in after the restart, apart from the ban. Gareth Southgate in his presser said he's versatile in tournaments. You need versatility, can do a job in midfield. He's happy that he's going to be tied down as a centre-back. And I think I'm happy for Eric Dier. Mm-hmm. And I think he'll do well. I think it's a good option for England to have with it. I think there's a lack of good English centre-backs available to Gareth Southgate at the moment.
And with Dele Alli missing out, does he need to take a lesson from Eric Dier? Because obviously Eric Dier was bang out of form, savage with injuries, but he's worked hard. He's got himself back into the England side. Is that a lesson Dele Alli could learn from?
I think Dele's hamstring injuries haven't helped him in terms of getting into the England squad. But I think, obviously, like you said, it's a lesson that work hard, score goals, be successful with your club, and you'll get a call up. I'm sure Dele will know that. I'm sure he'll play for England again. He could consider it as just a blip, and I guess we'll have to see. But I think he'll play for England again, and it is hopefully we see the best of Dele now, knowing that he'll want to get back in that England team. So,
when you look at Dele, a lot of fans say that he doesn't fit into a Jose Mourinho system. Do you follow that
when
belief?
He came into Spurs, Jose, he was the best player. He was Dele. He was Jose's pet.
Yeah,
I still think he is Jose's pet. I think. Depends on the formation we play, but I think he will have a big role to play. And I think even if he's not starting, imagine if being able to bring a player like him off the bench.
But if we are to go with the 4-3-3, Dele's best formation is.
But you say that in the friendly on the weekend, it was 4-2-3-1.
I know that. But I'm just saying, for argument's sake, we are to go with this 4-3-3 as
maybe
our
he
most
doesn't
famous
fit.
formation.
But I think he can.
Does he have to work even harder to get into that England side?
Yeah, I'm still not convinced it will be a 4-3-3 though. I'm really not. I'd love it to be a 4-3-3 with Tanguy, Lo Celso and Højbjerg, but I don't think it will be. And I think if it was going to be a 4-3-3, surely you'd go with it in the friendlies.
Yeah, I mean, there's only been one friendly gone, but I think it's a bit different talking about, we're going to go 4-3-3, we're going to go 4-2-3-1, because Jose picks his team as to our opponents. You know what I mean? It's not like we have a formation and we're going to stick with that every game.
Even if it is 4-3-3, I think Dele can play a role in that midfield and on the left, maybe on the left hand side of the 3 and push forward, allowing the other 2 to maybe drop back. So Jose knows what he's doing.
Jose knows. Moving on to the last news story in this video, we're talking about the Amazon documentary, and it comes out the first 3 episodes on Monday. Everyone's very excited for this one. And they are doing some crazy marketing ploys. Obviously, in Tottenham, they put up a graffiti mural of Harry Kane and Heung-min Son and Dele Alli. Absolutely brilliant mural. We'll bring the picture up now. But what they've done in Chelsea, in Stamford Bridge, 2 miles down the road from Stamford Bridge, they've put up a hoarding, and it says, "What's your ex?" or something along those lines.
Yeah.
We'll put the picture up there. Is that a bit of shithousery from Amazon?
Yeah, but we haven't won. We haven't won anything. I think it'd be great if we had won something. We can sit there and laugh and, your ex gone and won trophies with your rivals, but he hasn't won anything yet. Which is why I'm like, it just makes us look a bit silly, I think. But it's good banter. It winds them up a bit. But I'm excited for the documentary.
Do you really think it winds them up when they're spending 90 million?
Yeah, when they've won European trophies and Premier Leagues galore, they spent over 100 million on the 2 best products in Germany at the moment. Hakim Ziyech's probably going to be ridiculous. Thiago Silva's a good signing, but we'll see. A lot of people on Twitter said the balance in Chelsea squad might not be great with all these new signings, but you never know.
They're signing defenders as well now. Chilwell looks like he's going there.
50 million for Ben Chilwell.
Yeah.
Don't know about
Talking about 50 million for Ben Chilwell or 12 million for Matt Doherty.
I'd honestly rather have. Is Ben Chilwell that amazing for 50 million?
I thought he went really off the boil last season towards the end.
But look, we're not Chelsea fans. I don't really care.
Yeah.
So, but I'm looking forward to the documentary on next week.
What are you most looking forward to in the doc?
seeing what it's like to work under Jose. Like, he's one of the greatest managers ever, no matter what anyone says. So seeing how he works, seeing what happened with Poch, should be good. It's great to watch our own club on as a documentary instead of someone else's club.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a shame we don't have anything to show for it in the doc.
Well, what we will have is to see the way Jose Mourinho handles himself with the Spurs squad, the way he does his motivational talks, the way we kind of drill this winner's mentality or supposed winner's mentality into the squad.
Exactly.
So I, for one, are really excited to see it. We'll be doing reviews of that for every episode, to check that out. But that's it. That is your news update today. We spoke about the potential signing of Matt Doherty, pushing back Juventus bid for Giovanni Lo Celso, Gareth Southgate's England squad, and obviously the Amazon documentary, which we just spoke about. Let me know any thoughts you have regarding anything we've mentioned today. And as always, come on, Spurs.